Assalamu alaikum and good day everyone. So today we will continue with the third part of mapping ER diagram to relational model. So in our previous video, I already shared with you how to map one-to-one relationship, how to map the one-to-many relationship, and also specialization and generalization. So in this part, we will go through three more steps of mapping ER diagram to relational model. That is many-to-many relationship, complex relationship, and also multi-value attribute. Okay, so for many-to-many relationship, actually for this relationship, you have to create a new relation. So you have to take the primary key of both parents into the new relation and refer it as the primary key. And also it will become the attribute of the relationship. If exists any attribute of the relationship, you have to include as well in this new relation. So the primary key of the new relation is usually a composite primary key, means that you have to combine more than one primary key to be more than one attribute to become primary key. Okay, let's look at some example. So here we have two attribute here, branch and staff. Okay, must both exist at the same time. So here we can see that it have the many to many relationship. So one staff able to work at more than one branch, and one branch can have more than one staff. So for this kind of relationship, we have to create a new relation. So we have here branch and all the attributes, and we have staff with all the attributes. So here from this part, we have to create a new relation. So we name it staff branch. And from this from both original relation, we come the primary key of the new relation. So we take the primary key from the branch number, okay, and also from staff, that is staff ID, become the attribute for this new relation, and these both will become the primary key and also foreign key for this new relation. So after we create this new relation, we can map it into the relational model. So this one, branch, for branch relation, okay, we have all the attribute here, and then we have staff, okay, staff at the primary key staff ID, and then this one is for the new relation. So we put the name of the new relation, staff branch, the attribute, B number and staff ID, primary key, both are the primary key. So this is what we call the composite primary key. And then we put the foreign key. So foreign key for B number reference to the branch entity, okay, branch relation, and attribute B number. And then another one is foreign key for staff ID, reference to staff relation, and using staff ID, reference to the staff ID. So this is how we do the many-to-many relationship. So in case that the relation consists extra attribute, we will also have to include in this new relation. Okay, but I will show you the example in the next step of the mapping. Okay, so the next part is for complex relationship. So complex relationship is any relationship that consists more than two entity. So it can be ternary or higher order. So for this kind of relationship, you still need to refer to the type of relation between them, and normally you will have to create a new relation. So it made up of the primary key from the end participating relation as foreign key plus any attribute in the relationship. Okay, so here the primary key is usually a combination of all foreign keys, but may be able to use just a subset of the attribute, or maybe need to add in other attribute to guarantee the uniqueness. So if we see in this example, we have ternary relationship. There is 3 entity, customer, supplier, and product. And also we have here attribute of the relation, okay, that is date and quantity of order. Okay, so from here, we map the ternary relationship. Okay, we map this ternary relationship into relational model. So what we have to do now is create a new relation between the 3 entity, okay, customer, supplier, and product. So we create a new relation, so we name it order. So in here we put all the primary key from each parent, that is customer ID from customer, supplier ID from supplier, and product ID from product. We put here, and also we add any attribute in relationship. So we have date and quantity, so we also add it inside this new relation. So this also apply for many-to-many relationship. If between the relationship have new attribute, so you have to include it into your new relation. Okay, so after we create a new relation, then we can map it to the relational model. So we have here 3 relation. One is customer, and then here is supplier, and this one is order. Okay, and one more is product. Okay, so if you can see, the full relational model is like this. So you have customer with the primary key, supplier with the primary key, and product with the primary key. And also this one is for the new relation, the combination of all other 3 parent, customer, supplier, and also product. So we put it here with all the 3 primary key. Okay, make sure that you include any extra and attribute in the relation, and then you assign the foreign key, okay, towards the parent. So here we have foreign key for customer ID, supplier ID, and also product. Okay, so we go to the final part of the relational model transformation, that is the multi-value attribute. Do you remember in our first part of the video, we have keep the multi-value attribute to the last step of the mapping ER diagram to relational model. So after you final all your tables, then only you can map the multi-value attribute. So for multi-value attribute, you also need to create a new relation that contain the attribute itself and also the primary key of the parent as the foreign key. Okay, so we take the example that we used before. So before we have these 3 attribute inside branch entity. Branch number is a simple attribute, and branch address is the composite attribute where we already separate it into a few simple attribute. And then we have telephone number as multi-value, and we keep it to the last part of the mapping. So after you finish all the mapping, then you can do the multi-value attribute. You separate the table, okay? You separate the attribute into another new relation. So here we have branch telephone, branch tel, and you include the attribute itself, telephone number, and then you take the primary key of parent as the foreign key. So the primary key here will be composite primary key, that is branch number and telephone number, and branch number become the foreign key for this new relation. So I hope you are able to do your relational model using all these steps that I have shared in 3 parts of the video. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it might guide you to map your ER diagram to relational model more accurately. And if you have any question, you can always post at the comment, and I will try to answer you at any time. So see you in the next video. Bye.